White Tiger is the latest superpowered vigilante to bolster the MCU's ranks in Daredevil. Born Again and his comic book origins may hint at a possible future in the franchise. Daredevil, Born Again revisits Charlie Cox's Matt Murdock and his nemesis, Vincent D'Onofrio as Wilson Fisk, nearly 7 years after the Daredevil Season 3 finale was aired. Plenty of significant developments have occurred in their stamping grounds throughout that time, though Daredevil, Born Again hones in once more on the compelling relationship between the two longtime rivals, addressing Daredevil's retirement and Kingpin's successful run for New York mayor. Additionally, New York seems to have become a hotbed of masked vigilantism. This isn't too surprising given the prevalence of New York-based superheroes in the MCU, causing more minor do-gooders and evildoers to get in on the act. White Tiger is among this throng of lesser-known MCU additions, though his Marvel Comics history suggests that he'll bring a little more to the table than hand-to-hand skills and an ostentatious costume. Here's everything we know so far about White Tiger and his involvement in the MCU. Hector Ayala first appeared in 1975's Deadly Hands of Kung Fu #19, and is one of many characters in the orbit of prominent New York-based street-level superheroes like Spider-Man and Daredevil. As a Puerto Rican, Ayala boasts the accolade of being Marvel's first Latin American superhero. There have been 4 successors who have since carried the White Tiger mantle, though it is the 2 most recent, Ayala's niece, Angela Del Toro, and his youngest sister, Eva Ayala, who most closely resemble Ayala's original iteration as they draw their powers from the Jade Tiger amulets. Hector Ayala found these 3 Jade Tiger amulets, comprising the head and 2 forepaws of a tiger, while attending Empire State University in New York City alongside Peter Parker. These amulets were originally worn by the Sons of the Tiger, 3 martial arts experts who fought in tandem to awaken the composite powers of the amulet. After the Sons of the Tiger disbanded, the amulets were discarded in an alleyway, whereupon they were discovered by Ayala and granted him the power of all 3 combined. White Tiger was initially an entirely separate persona who fought crime, unbeknownst to Ayala, who would awaken from the transformation suffering physical drawbacks. Eventually, Ayala was able to combine the 2 personas and fought crime alongside the likes of Daredevil, Spider-Man, and the Defenders throughout his street-level career. During this time, he also fought such notorious adversaries as Dr. Octopus and Prowler. Ayala's time as White Tiger was fraught with misfortune, causing him to relinquish the White Tiger identity after his family members were specifically targeted and killed. Subsequently, just days after being compelled to return to his heroics, White Tiger was framed for murder and represented in his trial by Matt Murdock, though he would ultimately lose his case. Following his conviction, Ayala was then shot and killed on the steps of the courthouse as he attempted to escape. Hector Ayala is granted superhuman abilities when he dons all 3 Jade Tiger amulets. These powers include the typical array of superhuman abilities, including enhanced strength, durability, speed, and agility, though a more unique facet of the transformation is an inherent mastery of martial arts. This is despite Ayala having received no prior training in hand-to-hand combat, though his tenure as White Tiger would help to develop his overall prowess. While his physical abilities resemble Captain America's, the amulets can also heal grievous wounds, granting him an accelerated healing factor akin to that of Wolverine, though not as powerful, although Ayala can be seen lethally overcoming his opponent in the Daredevil Born Again trailer. He isn't wearing his White Tiger costume. It is therefore unclear whether White Tiger will faithfully adapt the powers of his comic book counterpart in Daredevil Born Again, particularly as his amulet appears to be singular rather than composed of 3 parts. Still, his apparent physical superiority over his adversary may translate from his time embodying the White Tiger persona. The Daredevil Born Again trailer does not show Hector Ayala interacting with any main character. It is therefore unclear how he will specifically slot into Daredevil. Born Again's narrative, though the editing suggests that he struggles with an underlying violent nature, as Wilson Fisk speaks about his and Matt Murdock's aggression, while Ayala throws somebody in front of a train. This seemingly flies in the face of Ayala's comic book characterization, who is often framed for crimes he didn't commit. suggesting that Daredevil, born again, will be altering his comic book origins. White Tiger's homemade costume furthers this notion, as it doesn't seem as if a mystical transformation occurs due to the amulet he wears, though this would be in keeping with Daredevil. Still, the fact that he is appearing in Daredevil's story may suggest that Matt Murdock will represent him in a trial akin to that seen in Ayala's final moments in Marvel Comics. Unfortunately for White Tiger, this may also portend his death. In the moments following a trial that he and Matt Murdock lose,